Hello and welcome to another episode of Stacked. You know, I start to think that the best ideas come to my mind while showering because, yet again, I was showering. I do this once or twice a month, and I had this idea that will finally result in a Chainsaw Files video you're going to see either this Sunday or 2 weeks after this Sunday. But while thinking about this and while trying different combinations, I found this particular combination that I wanted to show you because I think it's kinda neat. Therefore, the single chain, my Black Cat Custom, you all know this guitar by now, goes into the Lichtlaerm Audio Breathe Die. For those of you who don't know what a Breathe Die is, it's basically the Lichtlaerm version of an HM2, but definitely on steroids with an FX loop, with an added boost, and so on. It's really, really versatile. In the loop, I have another distortion pedal, and this is the Nine of Swords Funeral Party. It's one of my earliest purchases, and I really like this, although it's kinda hard to dial in, so you really have to know what you're doing, and you'll hear this in a minute. From there it goes into my X-Effects, and I chose the Engel Sphere 1, which is basically an Engel Savage modulation with the control switch off, into Jens Bogren IR, and I chose the Greasy Beard. I dialed the overdrive pretty back on the Savage, and this gives me this nice sound. So, my intention is to have some fun with parallel distortion, and especially HM2 and a parallel other distortion, a filthy one. But first things first, let's dial in a nice chainsaw sound with the Breathe Die. So engage it. That's nice. Okay, now I'll turn the blend fully counterclockwise so that just the signal from the funeral party is coming through, and because it's deactivated, it sounds like the beginning. So let's activate the funeral party and dial in a sound with just two knobs. It's pretty easy. I already dialed it pre-in. Dialed it in previously. Okay. Not sure if I've deleted this very high-pitched frequency or if I left it there. This is one of the problems with the funeral party. You have to dial in your amp very specifically. It doesn't really like this much gain. It's even too much right now on the Savage. It mostly prefers a clean sound or a very slightly driven sound. Otherwise, it's almost really a pumping, fuzzy sound. But as far as right now, this sound is okay. It's grindy, it's dirty. It's not hi-fi, more of a lo-fi sound, but I really like it. So, next thing, blend those two sounds together. And I could play with the phase switch, however I've done it before and the phase should be in this position, otherwise it sounds rather weak. A bit less on the tone and we're fine. So this is a nasty sound. The funeral party adds a bit of balls to the sound, and it adds a lot more dirt, but not a chainsawy dirt, more of a sludgy dirt, I think. So I really like this tone, but there's one thing I still can do, and this is the breathe function of the breathe dial, because it has a built-in boost. So let's activate the boost and see where we can go from there. So the boost adds more gain, of course, but it also adds more grit, as the knob here is called. I dialed it in fully clockwise. You don't really need much level, actually. I played around a bit with the other options and I finally got rid of this very high-pitched frequency. Maybe I'll dial it in the outro. So if you really want to hear it, watch the outro and be aware that it is loud and high. So headphone users, I suggest turning down the volume when you want to hear it. I just want to show you this particular setup because I think it sounds really nice. It's really old schooly, has a chainsaw vibe, has a sludgy vibe. It's versatile, it lacks a bit of clarity, but you don't always need clarity for special genres. And I know for sure what I would play with this particular setup. So today's question, how do you like the setup? Are you aware of the Funeral Party or Nine of Swords pedals in general? I did a review very early on my channel. I will put a link right here. So just let me know, what do you think of this pedal? What do you think of this pedal? What do you think of the sound? Any improvements? Just let me know. Oh, and I know it's too much gain. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. May the force be with you and have a nice day.